stepping it up, taking a chance, risking it all, taking it higher, baby, stepping it up, taking a chance, risking it all, we're going crazy, stepping it up, taking a chance, risking it all, taking it higher, baby.
Right.
Hello and welcome. We are live. Got no one in the chat. I actually stopped the time up and put it for 9 p.m. instead of 9 a.m. So hopefully someone will see that we're live and they'll come and talk to us. So today we're going to have a chat about destiny or monotony. How you going, Lorenzo?
I'm doing good, and I think the way this has worked out has been perfect. It even shows you that even if no one but you show up for your own destiny, that's fine, because you're the one that gets there, and you're the one that needs to be there, and no one else needs to be watching you. And I think a lot of times people don't get to where they want to go, or don't decide what they want to do because they want some corroboration, or they want some feedback, or they want someone. Whoops,
You've gone. You turned into a logo.
hold on.
But yeah, I mean, I think it was when we were having a chat with Dale, the second one. I think he said something like it's it's when you're alone, right? With no one around pushing you or telling you what to. It's what you do when you're alone that really makes you, right? Because a lot of us, when we need support around us, and we like people to be there and to tell us what to do. And when we're on our own, it's just us, right? It's just us. Like we're our destiny, and that's really the way it always is. It may seem like sometimes there's other people involved and around, but it's really only you. You're the only person that is involved 100% of the time in your own destiny. And so what is it that you, me, we are like when we're alone? Like what is it that we're doing? Are we still going forward? Are we still creating this destiny? Or do we maybe slip into the monotony, right? Because it's very easy, right? To just hang out and think, oh, it's a bit hard to do this. Maybe I'll just Netflix and chill. So, our destiny, is ours. And of course, destiny is an interesting word that we can sort of have a bit of a chat about. How are you going there, Lorenzo? Have you found your buttons? No, now you're on mute. Can't hear you. It's all, geez. This is our destiny. We're destined for... Oh, he's gone again. All right, I'm going to say hello to people in chat. People have turned up. Thank you for joining us. Had a bit of a mix-up with the times, but we're here. Michael De Silva, how are you going? Riders of Destiny. I haven't heard that one. Is my favourite Western movie. Well, there you go. Wow. Is that your name? Wow. Hello, Wow. Thanks for being here. Raina Lusted, hello again. Matt Dole, Nicole S, Cynthia Bancroft, hello. Lexi B. Nice to be at the start of a live chat. Yes, you caught us live. Lorenzo's dipped out. I think he's having computer issues, so it might just be me today. We'll have to see how we go. The Open Space, hello. Nicole S, Miss Jane, hello. Lisa Bayliss from the UK, thanks for joining us. Chocolate and cheese. Geez, you better watch out. Cherry Eyes might come along and your name will just be cheese. Redneck Rebel, as always, how you going? Sage, hello. How are you? Jethro, buddy, how you going, mate? From the Northern Rivers. Hello, thanks for joining, mate. Mike Andrews, hello. Steffi. From New Zealand, how you going? Oh, and Chris, there you go. 2 New Zealanders. Chris is also from the land of the long white cloud. Watching from Utah, USA. Utah Saints. Utah Saints. Remember that song? And Dubai. When am I coming? Yes, I was actually thinking of you. I was going to give you a call today to work out my crazy life and what the hell's going on. It's a strange. Like I'm still in my dome, but I'm sort of only just in my dome. Like everything's been moved out. Basically, it's me, a bed, and a desk because of the flooding. And so yeah, I've got to be in America next month, and We are thinking of doing maybe a live show, so keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, I've got to work out. So yeah, anyway, I'll give you a call, Jethro. Brandy, hello, how you going? Tennessee. All right, I'll be close to Tennessee soon. Las Vegas, how you going, Henry? The ice bath is all cleaned and ready. As long as you've got that big ring of ice out of it. I have been doing my ice baths every day, 3 minutes, but we're at about 8 degrees here, so you might want to crank the temperature back a bit, Jethro. Jethro's crazy. Jethro jumps in when literally last time there was a massive ring of ice in there to the point where you had to sit within the ring of ice. You couldn't fit in. I couldn't even fit in, but he did. Craziness. But ice baths are good. And he's back. Lorenzo is back. He's found his connection. I've just been saying a bit of a hello. Gary, hello. Scottish tartan Tartarian in the house. Yes, I actually got my family tartan sent to me, a piece of it. Very cool. Thank you, Anara. All right. Oh, no sound. You're still muted. Okay, guys. A few technical difficulties, but we will get there. So, destiny or monotony? What are you choosing, right? Because it's all a choice. You know, we can, like I said, you know, a lot of the time we're by ourselves, right? You can be sitting on a couch, bored, wondering what you're doing, and you have a choice. You know, you have a choice. You're going to go for that monotony. You know, you're just going to sit there and oh my God, it's all too hard. I could make a move, but you know, there's a good show starting soon. Or are you going to get up and go out and create your destiny? Because, like I said, destiny is an interesting word, isn't it? It's like destined. We are destined for something, which means it's going to happen, right? It is going to happen. Whatever's destined, that's what the word means. So, you know, can we control destiny or can we not? I kind of have, I think that destiny is, I think a lot of life is preordained, pre-written, and we have to go through certain things. But I think that within, you know, I look at it as we have checkpoints, right? You need to sort of hit the checkpoints of your life. You need to be in a certain place at a certain time. And that's the destiny part of it. But in between that, we still get to make choices, right? We can still choose to stuff things up, to ignore things, to be lazy, or to get out there and do things. And that's when we start to create our destiny, because even though we've got goalposts or whatever that we have to hit in our destiny, we can hit them at different angles, right? We can hit them badly, we can hit them well, we can hit them prepared or unprepared. And yes, Lorenzo,
can you hear
back.
me now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. We can
All
hear
right.
you.
So
I've just been talking a bit about destiny and what it means to me. What's destiny to you, Lorenzo?
well, it's interesting that destiny to me is simply finding why I've always wanted to be alive, why I've always decided to be here, where I should be going, and how I've stopped myself from getting there. You know, over the last little while, it's a matter of seeing what your heart says instead of what your head says. I guess, you know, Campbell had that monotony, which is going around in circles. And even the last little while, I mean, you never know what your destiny is, even though you've always known what your destiny is, until it kind of hits you that you haven't been following your destiny. You know, I would say is like when you're alive and you're honest with yourself and you're living in your heart and you're doing what you wish to do, and every day is a happy, joyful day. You know, Campbell read that quote a long time ago about the old lady who was dying, and she just said she wished that her life was nothing but those moments. You know, nothing else. You know, the moments of looking at the stars, the moments of hugging someone, the moments of feeling love, the moments of creative joy and wonder and happiness and all of those things. I mean, I think a lot of times people confuse destiny with making a lot of money or some sort of end result or some sort of huge goal, instead of just like, you know, be alive, enjoy your life, share love, make something nice, do what you wish to do. It could be as simple as that. And then you've fulfilled your destiny by, you know, how many people can actually say that? You know, they're happy every day. They love what they're doing. They want to do more. They get up with joy. And, you know, like I literally work every day until I can't see straight. Then I go, I wonder what happened. And then I realized I've been working for 8 hours without realizing I've been working for 8 hours. I go, oh my goodness. I put up 62 articles. I've done 72 other videos with Campbell. You know, we've been arranging other potential, you know, events and workshops and stuff that we've been doing together. And then suddenly, I go, oh, that's why I'm tired. Instead of the opposite of, oh, I don't want to face the day, I've got a lot of work. It's more like at the end of the day, I go, I wish I had more time to do more work because I love what I'm doing, or I wish I had more energy to do more. So maybe that's the direct opposite. The mirror between destiny and monotony is you're actually doing what you love, and then do what you love. Isn't that what they say? And you'll never work another day in your life.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. And I think, um, that's what being in the flow is. We hear, oh, get in the flow, get in the flow. And I think, when you're in the flow, you're doing what you were destined to do, right? That's why it's easier. And, you know, again, like that they love to trick us, right? The system, whoever they may be. They tell us that the destiny that we should want is a good job, lots of money,
Yeah.
a nice car, a hot girl or guy, all these things, all this persona, right? It's really like that their destiny is how you're perceived. It's not who you actually are, because like Lorenzo sort of mentioned, we're destined to become someone, right? We're not destined to have things. You don't get born and it's like your destiny is you will own a red Ferrari. I mean,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and
No.
if that was a destiny, wouldn't you kind of feel ripped off? We're destined to become, right? To become more of ourselves, to become, and I guess to give that out to the world, right? Because you can't, give out a message of who you are to the world if you don't know who you are. So I think, destiny is something that they screw with a lot. They try and give us these false destinies, and when you chase them, most people end up in monotony. They end up in jobs, going around in circles. They go and get the mortgage for the house, and they feel trapped because they got to stay in their job for 30 years to pay for it, and all these kind of things. And when you're doing that, you're not becoming more of who you are. Like your thoughts are based on what's around you, physical things. Oh my God, how do I pay this bill? How do I get a new car? How do I get this? How do I get people to like me more? All these weird things, right? But we're shown again and again throughout history that the people who actually create something and who we look at as, oh my God, they were destined for greatness kind of people, they spend all their time on themselves and doing what they want to do and what makes them happy. Leonardo da Vinci, he wasn't down the pub, every night going, do you think my art's good enough? Is it good enough? Is this okay? Oh, sorry, I should go out and get new mags for my cart, should I? And get another horsepower. He wasn't, he was doing what he wanted to do and what felt right, what he felt destined to do. And because of that, he became one of these great people that we all know. I think the biggest thing about destiny is don't get swayed from your course by outside influences.
I think it also depends a lot if you're deciding how you're on that path of destiny or not, is what's bouncing back to you, right? Because if you make some extra money, maybe you'll feel good for a moment, and then maybe some fears will come, and then maybe you want to make more money and spend it on something. But if you do a creative aspect, like as an example, I made some songs with Campbell a long time ago, and with other people, with some other people that Campbell introduced me to, and then I just released them. And I just found out yesterday some of them have been selling. I didn't even know that, on another a lady's
Oh,
web, Felice, who recorded some songs. She goes, "Oh, by the way, I owe you some money. Some of the songs we recorded have been selling. I haven't talked to her in a few months. She's been on a walkabout in Australia." And I didn't even want any money for it. It was just like it hit my heart. I said, "Oh my goodness, people are interested in the music." I said, keep the money. Doesn't matter. You've done some work for us. So I think when you separate what you create from money, maybe you start to see where your destiny lays, and that would you do this even if you're not getting paid, right? Would you do that even if there's no money in it? Not that you shouldn't make money, or not that you don't need to make money, not that money's evil, all those other things we've talked about. I think it's more of you're listening to a tone or vibration, right? Of what's bouncing back to you. It's like you hit something and you're going, that's great, I want to do it again. Like a little boy or a little girl, Campbell and I have talked about this. They're not going to stop enjoying their life, to go make $3, right? They're probably going to go, no, I'm going to go play, I'm going to go do this. Why? Because I want to, because I love to. And to me, I figure that's the permission we have to give ourselves, even, is just to realize, maybe you do have to do a job, maybe you have to earn some money, maybe you have to flip some burgers. It doesn't really matter. The bottom line is you have to make sure, in my opinion, along the way, you are following your heart. And I don't mean what your head says is your heart. I mean a definite vibration that hits your body. What's the difference between Campbell and I chatting this way and meeting someone in person? It's kind of like that. It's like I've talked to Campbell 100 times, then I met him. It's a very different experience. Like, why do you go to concerts? I've watched, another example is I've watched sumo wrestling in Japan. You watch it on TV, it's one thing. You're sitting in the rink and you hear those 200-kilo guys hit each other, and that slap hits your body, and you see the sweat fly. It's a very different experience, right? You're going, wow. Like it's a full body experience, I think, when you're on your destiny, since you asked me, Campbell, instead of a head experience. So if it's in your body and all of you is tingling, maybe that's a good way to see that you're on your path, and you can hear your
Mm.
calling. As it said, if it's your calling, it will keep calling you, even if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right,
a good
Enlightened.
one.
Even if you don't want to hear
Mm.
it anymore, it's still going to keep waking you up in the middle
It's
of the night going,
when you're on the shoulder.
hey, are you listening?
Yeah,
Okay, that's my long
yeah.
chat for destiny.
Some of these things, yeah, we can't get away from, right? We have these bits in life that just keep popping back and popping back, and I think, yeah, I agree. I think that is what we're destined to become. But I think we can always, we always have the choice to stuff it up, right? Make it harder or make it easier. All these things. Peter's been dropping a few comments. I don't agree, Peter, with the poverty's better. How's poverty better?
Yeah, I
Better
know.
than what? Than being
Better
able
than
to
what?
feed yourself and your children. Like, that's an outside influence. I don't think that thought has come from within you. That's come from outside of you.
That's.
So
I
I
don't think
don't
Peter's
like.
real. I don't think Peter's
No,
real. 65%
that's
of
the
all the
thing.
sex is gone.
Peter
You
really.
know. You
So we
know.
don't know if you're a bot or not, Peter. But I mean, this is basically what you're saying is the opposite to what we're saying. Kneeling, I would say it's better to live on your feet than die on your knees. Like, kneeling is subjugation. It's putting yourself under someone else's spell and letting them control your life, which is monotony, right? We're after destiny here.
I,
So
I
I just noticed you're posting every second or third comment is yours at the moment. So
probably
um,
not real. I'm guessing
listen,
not
unless
real.
something interesting to say, just hold back a bit, right? Because this is an interesting thing about religion. Is religion's just a story. You didn't have religion when you were born. When you were a baby, you didn't come into the world and come out, and your first words were, "The Bible's the truth. Where is it? Give it to me." And even if it was, you would already know it, right? You wouldn't need to read it. Um, People who follow the Bible love to go to church and listen to other people interpret it for them and tell them what bits are important. This is a control mechanism. This is not you thinking on your own. This is not you saying, wow, I'm a creation of the creator. I'm all potential. I'm here to
Yeah.
experience life and I'm going to go for it. It's a completely, it's the exact opposite of that. So,
I
if
think
you're
also
into religion, no, you go.
well, I think you can also tell if someone's building the conversation or trying for a fight.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
that
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like I can tell the bots, or I can tell the intel people, because they don't try and build on whatever you're talking about, right? They don't even get direct into what you're
No,
sharing,
but
because we're talking
yeah,
about destiny, monotony, and the rest is just, I'm starting a fight or argue with me here. Or I think it's a lower vibration, right? They try and, whether it's a
well, it
bot or not, they try
is.
and drag you down to a lower vibrational feeling. And in my humble opinion, you're already home when you're born. If you come from God and you're a part of God, you're already at your destiny. It's just a matter of you remembering or recalling or reclaiming the light or the beauty or the joy. Probably, if you think about where you came from, and if everyone says we come from God and we go back to God, even if you want to think about religion, and regardless of all the other translations, well, if you come from God, you're a piece of God, you're already there, you already have everything, you're already abundant. And it's only us, that walks away from that or puts a lot of poo in front of our eyes that we have to clean up, so we can realize we already have and have had everything we already need. And what you do with that is up to you.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we get, informed comments here, people who are thinking about it and want to add to the conversation. And then we
Yeah.
get one word comments that
You know,
mean nothing. And all they're trying to
don't
do
mean
is
nothing.
steer the conversation away from what we're trying to talk to. So, again, Peter, we're not sure if you're real or an AI. If you're real, give us something real. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your thoughts, not about some secondhand information you've got from a priest or a book. I could go into all of the concepts, things that you've said, but that's not what this video is about.
Yeah, exactly. So let's
And so
pass
I'm not
along
sure
from.
what you're talking about, but see, already taking us off the course.
Let's
But
let's
this is the
let's
thing.
steer away from Peter.
Let's get away. Let's go back to our destiny. But it just shows you that how controlled we can be. Like we can believe that that's reality when it's got nothing to do with reality. All of us believed that, to some point at least, that the world was probably a different shape, that history probably happened differently. And we've since found out that that's complete BS. There's no substance to it at all, at all. And religion it's the exact same thing, except it's packaged differently. Like it's packaged to say, well, if you don't listen to us, you'll burn in hell, right? Like there's a bigger fear factor, attached to it. So one of my
Well, you see
biggest things is don't ever buy into fear. If fear is why you're acting like you're acting, then you're acting up, right? You're not acting as yourself. Maybe you are acting, right? You're pretending to be someone that you're not.
maybe Lexi's comment we can put up. It's a beautiful one. Our destiny arrives when we find our way back to ourselves. I mean, that's just amazing. And
Yeah.
exactly how I see it. I mean, religion, the old. I don't even want to talk about religion because it's
Yeah, no,
whatever.
right.
And also the translation. But the old definition of religion is simply to relate. That's it. You learn to relate to yourself, and nobody even knows the translations, where they came from, what's going on. So relate to yourself, relate to nature, relate to your heart, relate to religion. If anybody, like what I wonder about with these chats is, if you walked into a room and there was a complete a-hole in the room, probably you would leave, or you would ask them to go, right? Like if there was 3 or 4 people having a chat and you didn't want to be there, and someone was like interfering or yelling or screaming. I mean, I've had events and I've had talks. You leave, or you go out, or you ask them to get, or you ask them to or you ban them, from the talk,
Yeah, but we find out when they start saying that
simply
Elon Musk is
because you can just.
was.
But so the thing is, that's how you get back to the destiny monotony. It's our responsibility for even talking to Peter. It's my fault for saying anything.
Yes.
It's Campbell's fault for spending some time saying why he's wrong. It's like, in a way, it's just you go, whatever, move along. It's
Yeah.
time to be happy. Time to sing a song, time to see some of the beautiful things. You connect with the vibration you are, and be that exactly, right? If you don't connect with it, it's a great talk. It's a great connection there, enlightened. You connect with who you feel like. You connect with what you want to. The relationship with the Most High. Sure, there's always a relationship with Spirit. I love Spirit. Spirit's been talking to me my whole life. And for me, Spirit said, get off your knees, stand up, do what I'm doing, come dance with me, not worship me, slay some cows for me, listen to me, you're going to hell. That sounds like somebody's, grandparents or whatever. It does not sound like the Spirit that I know. The Spirit I know wants me to rise up, live in joy, have a good life, and sing my songs, write my poetry, meet people like Campbell, meet other people that want to meet us, and enjoy life. That's the Spirit I know and I love.
Yeah, I agree. Danielle, I hope it all gets a bit better for you. We all go through these things, but we get to, we always have choice. We get to look at them as, a challenge, something that we can grow through, or as something bad, right? Oh my God, poor me.
Yeah.
So, and we've all had our share of going through, challenges and trials. Obviously not all, your situation, but I think that when we get out the other end of these trials, we always have more vision, right? We can always look back and go, okay, that's why it happened. I did actually grow. I did learn this. I am a better person now. So, whatever you're going through, understand that it's not forever, and it's a lesson. Like, what can you learn from it? How can you rise above it? And I guess, how can you get out of the monotony of it? Because that's again, right? This system wants you to focus on, oh my God, you're going through this event. You've got to go through all these papers. You've got to have all these discussions. That's boring, right? That's boring ass stuff. No one wants to be there. But you have a choice. You can go, okay, that's all happening, but I'm heading in this direction. Even though this is happening, it's not going to become an anchor for me. I can still go to where I want to go.
But also, I think being missed from this lady and other people, why did you marry that person? Why did you spend so long with them? I think, like, when you get back to yeah, but no, it's not about the late. I mean, it's the lesson. It's never too late for the lesson.
Look, I've been through it,
You know,
dude. Yeah, I agree.
it's like, why did you marry them? Why did you stay so long? Why is that your mom? Like, I mean, you got to look at the hard. Like, someone asked me also, Caroline, like, if we're all born with light, what experiences do we have that take us away from that? I think it's not taking responsibility, blaming, and poor me, poor me, poor me. Oh my goodness, this bad thing is happening. Oh my goodness, that bad. And like, I've had a million bad things happen, and I've been in the poor me. But what you do, like Kat's there again, and Campbell and I met Kat. We've seen about her life. She could be saying "poor me" all day long if she wanted to, from some of the experiences I heard about. And I'm not going to get into the details because it's her life. But she rose above it. She's finding the best she can. She's doing the best she can, and she's looking to have a better life. And I guarantee you, no one's had a harder life than people like Kat and other people like that. So if you've got to get over whatever challenges you're facing, Caroline, as you said, if you do it in humility, happiness, and you keep doing it anyways, then you get back and you continue to have that connection by taking responsibility for everything around you. Sorry, Campbell. That's my answer to
Yeah,
that
no,
question.
no, no, I agree. And this is the thing, people, see Lorenzo and I and other creators up on a screen and might think, oh, they've got a perfect life. Look at them. They're sitting behind a camera talking. um, no, like we all go through a lot of hell. And the thing is, I know a lot of creators and talk to them behind saying that they all go through a lot of crap. They've all been through heaps of trials, but they don't become that. They don't get on screen and go, oh guys, my life's so bad. This happened. Because who would watch that anyway, right?
Yeah,
But we all have challenges. This is, oops, I'm just getting short. This is a thing, like to understand that it's not just you. Everyone is going through crap at some point. And it's really
of
how we
course.
deal with the ones who stay in the crap are the ones who believe it and get into the monotony and start going around in circles and woe is
Mm.
me and I can't change it. Oh my God, I can't change myself. I've got to be, subject to the forces that are outside of me. But as
Yep.
soon as you make that change and you take the power and go, hang on, no, that's not true. I can actually do whatever I want. Then you can. And
Yep.
again, like we have so many stories of people who have been through horrendous things, much worse than what I've experienced for sure. And they come out the other end going, that was actually good. It made me better. It made me see this. It made me know that. And they go out and they do great things. Even if that's just explaining how you got through a hard time, that is helping a lot of people. But it's the choice that you can choose to make no choice and stay in the monotony, which is really just, staying, basically the result of what the outside is going to do to you, right? And just being smashed around like a Dodgem car. Oh my God, oh my God. Or you can choose, well, no, I have a destiny and you can go out and get it. And I think we need to choose it because even though I said before that I think there's goalposts that we need to hit in each, life incarnation, whatever you want to say it, we can choose to hit them really badly and stuff the whole thing up. And then we're not going to hit the next one or the next one. And we keep falling behind. And in my opinion, what happens is you then have to come back and do it again. And because you have to learn those lessons, right? So all these heartaches and all these, hardships and challenges, that's the good stuff. That's what makes you grow. That's what, someone who sits down and watches telly for 20 years, at the end of the 20 years, they're the same person. Maybe, not thinking as much, but they're the same. Nothing's changed, right? Someone who spends 20 years going through, hell or has a lot of challenges, they're a completely different person, right, for doing that. So the main thing is how are we looking at this? Like everything's reversed. As I said, the bad stuff is often the best stuff for us.
And we mentioned it a little bit, or I did anyways, in the last chat I had with Campbell and Dale on AI to I am, is what I don't understand. Even for myself, it took me, decades to come here. So I'm not saying this is something that, I did easy from day one. Is if we are the vehicle through which we go through life, right? And we are the vehicle driving to our destiny or monotony, why wouldn't you want to learn as much as you can about yourself? If you need to change your oil, you need to change your belief system, you need to change your health, you need to change your emotional direction, you need to change your relationships, you need to change whatever. The best of all things is the fact that you're challenged and you need to look at yourself and you need to see And again, this is all in my opinion, because you really don't need to do any of this. You can sit on your couch and watch telly, as Campbell said, like, my parents do for 60 years, and then you'll be dead, and you'll figure it out then. But one way or the other, I think everyone will know. And whether you want to know now, or whether you still have some time to change it, as Kat or Campbell or Lorenzo, or whether you want to go back to the beginning and go, oh, son of a bitch, I missed it all. And then now, I don't want to be a baby again. I don't want to be raised where I'm helpless again with my parents. I don't want to go through schooling. That was a nightmare for me. So, honestly, I don't want to have to go back through those 30 years of getting to where I am right now. I'd rather take my lessons, put them in my pocket, and move from there without having to go back and do all the BS crap I hated so much again. And to me, that's a huge motivator.
Yeah. Of course,
Pardon me.
the first step is to realize that we're wrong. It's all our fault, right?
Yeah.
We created it, and we're the only ones that can uncreate it. It's kind of like Lorenzo said before. If you're getting divorced, well, why did you get married in the first place? Maybe that's where the lesson is. Like, what did I put myself in? What did I compromise to have this relationship? And something, well, was it really even good for me? The experience, has hopefully made you grow, but just because, we've been in a relationship doesn't mean we need to stay in one. Just because we've had a job doesn't mean we need to keep it. And probably the opposite. Most of the time they're there so we can learn and move on. Because if there's one thing I don't want to be, it's that old person lying in a bed going, if only, I now don't have the body all the time to get out and do stuff. I really wish I did when I had the chance, because that's unfortunately, the end destination, and Lorenzo's brought up quite a few times, whoever you are, wherever you are, you're going to die. You don't know when, none of us do, but the end is always lurking, right? Like, I don't know, like I might have 5 minutes or 50 years. I don't know. But I think if you understand that it's coming, it's always there, then hopefully that'll be a motivation, right? To get you off your butt and do stuff, because like I said, you don't, and this could happen at any time. You could be a fit young person. I've got my whole life ahead of me. And then you could have an accident and you could be in bed. You could lose, the use of your legs or other parts of your body. And so then you're a young person, but you still can't get out and go and do the things you wanted to, right? Because you're not physically able or mentally or whatever. And this stuff happens all the time, guys, all the time. So the time, which doesn't exist, right? The only time is now. So when's the time to make a change? Now. When's the time to make a new decision? Now. When's the time to review your life? Now. While you've still got it.
Maybe ask yourself why you're here, why you chose, in my opinion, to come, why you're living through these crazy times, why you're going through a crazy divorce, why you're having the health challenges you have, why the beautiful things are also happening to you. All of the crap that I faced, literally from the moment I took responsibility, my life altered in the moment, in the now, in that second. If you're asking for help, you're basically saying you need help. If you're asking God or Spirit or Buddha for presence or money or health or a change in your circumstances, you're basically saying you can't do it yourself. And if you're blaming someone, it's the same thing. You're saying you can't change yourself. So you're waiting for permission or help. And maybe it's a holdback from when you were a little boy or a little girl and you were a child and you needed your parents. But at the moment, most of us here are probably older than 30 that are watching this and listening. I would guess probably 40, 50, 60, a lot of us here. And so if you've come to this place, you're probably old enough to take responsibility and to go through the hardships and the happiness of it's your fault, what you created, why you're here and what you did. I mean, the funny thing is, and I just want to tell a quick story on Destiny. I wanted this chat to be about voices that haunt originally. And Campbell was his turn to choose. So he chose Destiny or Monotony. Actually, he chose a different one, which got changed. We don't have to mention it now. And so suddenly we're back to Destiny or Monotony. And if you see the picture, I guess, behind me, it's basically showing you the voices that haunt. And I would say that's your past. It's what keeps people stuck.
Yes.
I'm not good enough. I can't do it. You're too tall, you're too short, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too old, you're too young, you're too uneducated, you're too educated. Take your pick. But whatever it is, those are the old voices that haunt you and keep you away from your destiny.
Yeah. And as Kat says, don't look back. I don't want to look back. It's too sad. Focus on the good that you have. I agree, and I've said it before. All this shadow work, focusing on the past and you know, reliving why your life is so hard and messed up and how it's all everyone else's fault. I don't think that helps at all. We do have some flower essences, non-cut flower essences linked below, if you want a bit of help in that direction. But I would say focus on the future, focus on building and creating. You know, there's a good quote by R. Buckminster Fuller that says, you know, to create a new world, you don't need to focus on tearing down the old one. You just need to go forward and build a new world. But so many of us are focused on the past. Oh, but I can't do this because of this. Oh, but I'm like this because of this. And to me, that's what I call poor little me syndrome, right? And the reason I call it poor little me syndrome is because you're putting yourself in a place and you're saying, poor little me. You're saying, my life is so much harder than every other person in the world, right? It's just me. I'm getting the bad end of the stick. Everyone else's life is amazing, of course. It's just poor little me that has to deal with this stuff. That is crap. Look around there. You know, I've, you know, especially in the last 4 years, I've gone through some pretty heavy stuff. But every time it happened, I could look around and there were always millions of people that were going through a lot worse than me. Like billions probably, right? And then you think, okay, well, you know, maybe my challenges aren't so bad. Maybe they are for me, you know. So don't get stuck in the world is out to get me. And this is why I don't like this. We're living in a prison planet, right? Like it's a trap. We're in a jail. That is a thought, right? Thoughts create reality. So if you believe you live in a jail, you're going to end up seeing a jail. But you need to understand that you created that. There is no jail, because if there was, how did the dude next to you get a Lamborghini and he's flying around the world, right? Clearly it's not. So this is, and Peter's still just, I'm going to block you again, put you in timeout, Peter, because you're just saying ridiculous stuff that mean nothing. Next time, unless there's something intelligent, I'll just ban you because I think you're an algorithm. But this is the thing, don't focus, you know, and we did it before, right? We focused on Peter and it took our conversation off track, right? Just forget about that stuff. We could still be talking about, and it's people like Peter that do this and they kind of, but where would that put us? That would put us under the control of Peter, right? If you're focusing on someone, they're controlling you. Like they really are. Like think about it. And that's one thing that keeps me going is, you know, I have a rebellious spirit. Ain't no one going to tell me what to do ever. And if they do, I'm going to go and do the opposite just to annoy them. Like, and so you know, this is, I think, where we should be. We need to take our power back and understand it's ours. And other people are there. We can be ourselves. If it offends someone else, that's not your problem. It's not. It's their problem.
I mean, I see the challenges too. Someone's talking about elite in the prison walls. I mean, I don't think Campbell is saying elite 333. I don't think Campbell's saying ignore the challenges or ignore the problems that are going on in the world. It's obvious there's a lot of BS garbage going on from governments and TV and challenges, and they want to impose limitations on you. But therein lies the beauty of why we're here. Right? If you take responsibility for having chosen to be born at this time, even if it's your last time and you don't want to come back, a lot of people say that, that's great. Or even if you didn't ask to be, you know, in this system or in this body or whatever, the bottom line is you're there wherever the there is for you. I'm here wherever the here is for me. And what you do with that is where you can move forward or not. You know, I have a playlist on my channel called Phantom Work. So maybe you don't go back and do the shadows, like Campbell said, maybe you don't get stuck in the negativity, but you know, there is that phantom limb syndrome. You know, if you cut something off, it haunts you. And I know maybe that's what a lot of people are talking about. If you stop a bad relationship or you stop a bad habit, I mean, I still want to eat lots of sugar. I don't, but I used to. So that phantom follows me around, right? You know, whenever I'm stressed, have a cupcake, you know, have some cookies, have some chocolate, you'll feel better. That's the phantom from having put all those chocolates in my life when I was 12, 13, 14. So that was my responsibility. But now that I'm older, you know, I can become someone that looks at that and say, well, you know, the monotony of eating that is bad health, bad ideas, and, you know, bad physique and tiredness. And my destiny is to get over that challenge by not doing it. You know, so I take responsibility for what I've done, and I don't do it again, also by taking responsibility for it. And I see, you know, you could say that you were born into a system where they feed you cereal when you're a kid, right? All those commercials on TV. Everyone remembers that. Maybe your folks gave you bad food because it was easy. Maybe your folks gave you, the Captain Crunch and the Lucky Charms and the Count Chocula and all those. I don't know that they used to have in North America. Anyways, I don't know what they have in Australia.
We don't have
But
Captain Crunch. Isn't that like cookies? Isn't that just like cookies or something?
no, that was a breakfast cereal. But the bottom line is that you put it in your mouth, even if you were 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. And so now you've got to live with the phantom you created and grow from there. And well, maybe that's how you get to your destiny instead of the monotony.
Yeah. So no, I definitely wasn't saying ignore your challenges. I mean, geez,
No,
if you
you
ignore
weren't.
your challenge, you can't do that, right? Challenges, I got told, when a challenge comes up and something is there that you need to learn, you'll get a tap on the shoulder.
Mm.
And if you ignore that, you'll get a slap in the face. If you ignore that, you'll get pushed over. And if you ignore that, a Mack truck will come out of nowhere and take you out. The calling cards get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's kind of why, I talk about the destined and the goalposts, so we have to hit certain points.
Mm.
It's just that's what it looks like to me. But what we need to do with all these things, in my humble opinion, is something like recapitulation. Go back and look at them, but don't relive them. Look at them from a different perspective. Wow, how would this look if I was in a helicopter? How did this look to the other person, who was in this experience with me? What could I be getting wrong? How could I be reading this wrong? How am I reading it right? Learn from it, right? Learn from it. If you just go back and relive it in your mind, you're just reinforcing it into your subconscious, which is going to create the same behavior again. You're going to go around in circles, and then you'll start to spiral down, and you'll go, woe is me, poor little me. Look how everyone else has got it so much better. Don't focus on the crap. I mean, how can that possibly make any sense at all? I want my life to be better, so I'm going to focus on the bad stuff.
Yeah, the goalposts move. The goalposts
Sorry.
move, and you didn't create everything. No, it's all good, and you're in. Like, all of it doesn't matter. So the goalposts move. You got to deal with that if your goalposts keep moving. And what are your goalposts? I mean, you really got to look at the big picture. Campbell and I have talked about recapitulation before, and I feel why that's important, or has been for me, is it's given me the big picture of my life, from way back until now, and everyone else I've interacted with, why I called them into my life, why I asked them to leave my life, all of these things. So by getting a big, as Campbell said, by getting a helicopter view of my own life, which is what I think recapitulation does, you get to see, like, isn't insanity doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result? Like, why did I do this 32 times and expect to get healthy when it didn't work? Why did I have those 32 weekends of beer drinking, let's say, when I was 22, and expected that was going to get me somewhere when, all it did was, give me headaches and a foggy brain over and over. And I kept expecting the next week and it was going to change. And eventually you go, well, wait a minute. Maybe it's not my life. Maybe it's me going down to the bar and having 6 whiskeys. That's the problem, right? It's not, it's not the people or my job. And if it's your job that's making you drink the 6 whiskeys, then you got to leave your job. And if it's your relationship, then you got to do that. If it's your parents, then you got, like, it's whatever is making you go out for those 6 whiskeys. And these are poetic whiskeys, because I don't even like whiskey, but if you know what I mean. So, so like, why do you keep falling into that habit? And if you break the patterns of that habit, then maybe the habit itself will just, gently fall away. And then maybe that's how you break the monotony and go towards your destiny. You realize why you're in that rut and why you put yourself there, more importantly.
I'm not really sure what you're saying there, Paul. I didn't create this. I was destined. Malarkey 456.
Sounds like malarkey.
I think I think you're saying that life is completely random and nothing is destined, and we're all just here floating around in space and bumping into each other, and so it's all for nothing, really, right? I would say that just being born means that you're destined for something. Like, why else are you here? Are you here for malarkey and 4.5 to 6? I don't know what that means, but seriously, like have a think about it. And this is another thing. Like, it's very easy to react. Like, someone says something and you just react, and then you think about what you've said. So you're not speaking with thought. So a lot of people who say, and I'm not really sure if you're saying good things. Where are you, King Christopher? If good things happen, you were destined for them, or if bad things happen, you were destined for them.
Yeah.
I would say there's no difference.
Mm.
There is no good or bad, but thinking makes it so. As I said before, a lot of people go through bad stuff and they come out the other end a much better person, and they're thankful for it. So tell
Mm.
me, is that a good or a bad experience? This whole judgment of something is positive or negative is putting that thought in charge of you, because you're charging it with a frequency, right? A polarity. It's positive or negative. You're charging it. You're putting it in charge of yourself.
Yeah.
So if money has been the demon for your whole life, you've put that in charge. And I'm not saying that, that you took that on. Of course, we get influences from outside people. Of course, we take on all these beliefs when we're young. If our parents can never have money and they just keep losing it, then how can you possibly learn how to make money, right? Most of us are creatures of habits. But calling it a demon is kind of saying it's something that you can't fix. It's something that's out there and it's just a demon that's controlling me. I would say recapitulation. Go back and check out where did you get your views on money? Because clearly there's people out there who don't have money blocks. If I have money issues, I'm never running around going, oh my God, it's demons, it's this, I can't change it. I think to myself, what's the deal here? What aren't I getting? Because I'm always the common denominator. I can't change anyone else. I can sit here and talk, for hours and hours and hours. It doesn't mean I'm changing anything. I'm just putting out ideas, but I can change myself. So I can look at, oh my God, okay, money, all right. So I've got this belief that people with money are just rich assholes and they hate everyone. They do no good. So that's why I don't want it. Okay, maybe I need to go and focus on some good people with money and change that belief. Because in the end, you're the only one that can change it. And if it's a demon or an angel on your shoulder, and don't get me wrong, we definitely get these forces trying to influence us. But if you give them control, guess what? They're in control. So take
Yeah.
control back.
And I also hear you, Loyal Tangi mentioned a while ago, you have agoraphobia. It's interesting for a man that started newagora.ca. And
Yeah.
you check out newagora.ca, by the way. I put up new stuff every day. Even today, put up the Spontaneous Healing by Academy of Ideas, a good one. They do great videos. And there's a new native shamanist lady that started working with us. She's got, her personal thought for 2024 to have original thought instead of, regurgitative thought. And, the reason I mention this is I also have agoraphobia. I also really don't like hanging out with lots of people. I also really prefer being peaceful in my own company. And yet, here I am doing these videos. I've 14 years done the new agora.ca. Again, check it out. New stuff there every day. Campbell stuff is there. My stuff is there. You can find flower links there and detox links there and all kinds of wonderful things. But why do I do that? Is to get over my own limitations for not liking being with people. So I have my time with them. I have my time away from them. And this way I get to fulfill the experience of my life by enjoying the totality of what's possible for me.
Yeah. And like we definitely get. I believe in generational, not curses. I don't think anything's a curse. Challenges, because obviously they're handed down. If we're not talking energetically, like just physically, if you're raised by your parents, they're going to pass on their fears to you. They're going to pass on their triumphs to you, right? Because whether you like it or not, you're a lot like your parents, right? A lot of people don't like to hear that, but I mean, again, that's power. So then you just go, okay, what do I love about my parents? Okay, do I see that in myself? Not enough. Okay, I need to work on that. What don't I like about my parents? Where did they fail? Do I see that in myself? Oh gosh, okay, maybe I need to work on that and get rid of it. It's just a testing board, right? This is all us just trying to get better as being us. And destiny doesn't. It doesn't mean you're destined to be a basketball player or a pop singer, but what you get from that experience and who you become is what you're destined. What did you see, Lorenzo?
Yeah. So new Agora, new
Good
now.
laughing at something.
Yeah. I'm just laughing at myself, basically. But new
Oh,
now
okay.
at newagora.ca. And I see a few interesting comments. If anybody wants to talk, anybody wants to come live once, anybody wants to do one-on-one work, it's being offered all the time, even to everyone that's watching here. Even to
Yeah.
Peter that's long gone. If he was a real person and wanted to talk, I'd have a conversation with him. I don't have a problem. I'm not afraid of evil idiots anymore. I used to be, but I spent my life hanging out with some politicians occasionally, very rich friends when I was in my 18s and 20s, and I got to meet these people, and everyone's just everyone. And there's nobody that is better than you or worse than you. There are just some people that have different habits or belief systems or different ways of being alive. Some people that have a different sort of relationship with money. Some people that have a different relationship with people. And the reason I feel that Campbell and I have mentioned over and over from different perspectives that taking responsibility and it's your fault is important is you really have no choice in the matter. I'm going to, come right out and say it. You make your reality day by day, moment by moment with what you do or what you don't do, how you believe in your life, how you believe in money. Even if money is horrible, like no one studied these topics more than people like Campbell and I, let's say, to a degree, to get to the history or the bottom of where these evil systems come from. And then you go, what are you going to do? You take it, you look at it, you throw it over your shoulder. Sometimes you use money. Sometimes you use a credit card. Sometimes you use a debit card. Sometimes you trade for your bananas. Maybe, sometimes you have to steal a banana to stay alive. I don't think there's anything good or bad. I'm not saying anyone should steal or not, but perspective is perspective. And it doesn't really matter. If you need to, obviously, if someone has 100 bananas and they're greedy and your child's going to die, so you need to steal 4 bananas to keep them alive, I would help you out if I was with you at that moment. So what I'm basically saying is it's all perspective. That's the story. It's all on what you decide to do in the moment and how you decide to do it. I don't think if there's a God or a Buddha is going to say, you should have left that rich man with his 1,000 bananas, even though, and let your child die to steal those 4 bananas. You're a bad man. I think that's BS. I think you got to do what you got to do in the moment to be free. You don't got to tell anyone. You don't got to wait for anyone to say it's okay, but you do got to figure out for yourself how to take that next step. And as long as you're laughing at the end of it, Campbell asked me why I'm laughing. I would say then you've noticed you've done a good choice for yourself.
Yeah. Oh, Luke, how you going, mate? Welcome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was some comments about money. Someone said,
Okay.
I believe I have money blocks. I believe it's my destiny. Well, that's why you have money blocks.
Yeah, I know.
Because you believe it's your destiny. If it's your destiny, you can't change it. So you're going to have them until you leave this realm. This is exactly what we're saying. You can change that. That's just
Or
the
you can,
outside
yeah.
world. That's just your past. Okay, you can change it. You don't have to be your past. You can be your future. You can create something different. But it means you have to go in and look at yourself and go, I was wrong. I took on a wrong, belief system. This belief system isn't helping me. I want to go there. How do I get there? And obviously, money is a big one, right? They put us in this system, but they never tell us how to use it, save it, grow it, anything, right? So we have to work that out. But I would say if you need more money, more finances, whatever you want to call it, and I'm not going to say it's good or evil because I don't believe it just is, right? It's a thing. Give more value. That's the only answer ever, as far as I'm concerned, about how do I get more value. Well, you give more value, right? As you give, so shall you receive. So you don't need to focus ever on the receiving. Just focus on the giving, right? But with that comes trust, right? It comes belief in a higher power. It also definitely encapsulates it's all my fault, right? No one's going to come and knock on your door and go, I just got this psychic message that you were having money troubles. Here's 10 grand. It ain't going to happen. It's not. But guess
Are you
what?
sure?
You can go out and you can say, I need 10 grand. How do I give that in value? How can I help, other people as much as I can to become that person who deserves that value? And that's another thing that we talk about a lot. You've got to deserve what you ask for, or else you ain't going to get it. Like, we've never seen a 100-meter sprint race at the Olympics where everyone runs and they're just about at the stop line and they all stop because the dude down the back, he's hobbling up with his leg and he's like, I wanted to be a runner, but one leg's shorter than the other, and I deserve this. And they're like, yes, you do. Walk through and become them.
Yeah.
That
No.
doesn't happen, guys. You need to train your ass off and become faster and better than every other winner or runner if you want to be the winner. You need to deserve it. Just like if you want money, how are you deserving your money? I want more. Well, why do you deserve more? Like, do we ever ask ourselves these questions? It's so easy to point the finger and go, it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of that. Much harder to go stand in front of a mirror and go, it's because of that.
Yeah, like a friend of mine told me when I wanted peace, I was going, why isn't it peaceful? Why isn't it quiet here? He would go, give more peace. Where's the love? Where's the love? Give more love. If you want a loving life, you give more love. If you want a peaceful life, give more peace. If you want an abundant life, give more abundance. Campbell asked me to remind him he's going to play a little video that we made at the end of this.
Oh,
Speaking of which, we've got a
yeah.
Freedom's Calling You course, which we did a while ago. We've repriced it much, much cheaper for anybody that wants to take it. 9 semi-unreleased videos. I mean, that's something people don't understand. Campbell and I did 9 videos very related to this last year, the year before, that almost not so many people have seen. Let's say 20, 25, 30 people have seen, and you can see them too. And there's the potential Q&A. There's the potential ways to work this. Elite, you can work through your money problems. You can work through your relationship problems. You can work through any challenge you have if you decide that you feel like you're ready to face the music. Let's say that. Face the consequences. Face the responsibility. Face yourself, really, because it's your
Yeah.
mirror. You know, well, this is why I think I like doing these with Campbell, and maybe he likes doing them. I'm always looking at myself, and I used to detest that. Now, when I'm looking at myself and I'm sharing wonder and love and beauty, I can tell. If I'm sharing anger, I look angry. If I'm sharing, peace, I look peaceful. If I'm sharing lack, I look lackful. And so this mirror is showing me that I'm getting what I'm giving by how I'm and what I'm
That's cool.
sharing, right? And there you go. Campbell's looking for the peace, maybe for others. So, we
Yes.
decided
Yeah.
to do
Yes.
a
I mean,
reimagination of it. Yeah. Sorry, Campbell, go on.
you go. I was just going to say, destiny or monotony, the choice is yours. Wherever you
Mm.
are now, you've chosen that. You've made decisions. You've acted on those, and they've got you to where you are now. Like, prove me wrong. I
Yeah.
don't see that there's really any argument that can come up against that, apart from poor little me. So if that's the truth, well, guess what? All the power's in you. You get to make a new decision if you want to. You get to take new actions if you want to, and you get to build something better if you want to. You can choose that this is my destiny. I'm destined for happiness. I'm destined to whatever, right? I'm destined to surf around the world. I'm destined to find my partner. I'm destined to write a book, whatever it is. But if you decide that, then you can do it, right? But if you
Here's
decide, oh my God, it's not my fault, you can't do anything.
well, here's the thing, Elit 3333, still talking about banging thing. I'm going to put
In
let's
my
say
head,
a bit of a challenge out to you if you like. Okay? And I don't offer this. If you're interested in taking our course for free, the 9
oh my
videos and
God.
the Q&As, Elit, you now at newagora.ca, you write me. I'll get you the course for free if you're willing to share with the class your experience. You don't have to be specific. Nobody needs to know the specifics but you. That's nobody's business. But if you're willing to share with the class the work, what your testimonials are, how it's worked for you, how it hasn't, give us a bit of feedback. There you go, right? It's impossible to not succeed if you're willing to do what you need to do, because you're here sharing
Yeah.
how money's not working for you. We'll give you the course. I hope that's okay with Campbell, because maybe I stepped out of bounds because we both did that. Uh, but we'll offer it to you if you're willing to share with the rest how it goes, how it is, and what's going on. You said I'll do the work. Okay, write me. New now at newagora.ca. I'll
Uh,
email it to you immediately, and then you and I can become email friends, if nothing else, right now, and see how that can help. And then maybe we'll come on and talk about it or share it, or you can write an article. I don't know. Depends what your proficiencies are, and share it with the rest of the class at some point.
yeah, well, there you go. That's a good offer. There you go. Thanks, Lorenzo. So write Lorenzo an email, Elite33, if you're interested. And we hope you are, because, so often we see things like this and all these comments, and people, when we offer them solutions, they're not interested.
No, they run
They're
away
not
like
interested
babies.
at all. They suddenly disappear. So,
So
I
many.
really hope that you're ready to make a change, because with this comment that you've written, I would say 100% yes, that is on them.
Yes, you've been called out,
100%.
Alit. Exactly.
For,
And
for,
Luke,
for
I'm gonna.
a couple of reasons. That they've put their faith in what someone else has told them. If they're highly educated, right, they've probably studied something they're not really interested in, but they think it'll make them money, and then they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in what they're doing. They don't have a good concept of wealth for themselves. They don't see themselves as valuable, so they end up flipping burgers. Yes, happens all the time. Just as much as people that are uneducated, leave school in year 9, become millionaires and live their ultimate life.
Yeah.
Happens just as often. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, it's 100% their
Oh,
fault. And so the only difference is what they're thinking, what they're doing. So if you do
What
want to
they're
change,
feeling, what they're
what they're
imagining.
feeling, yeah, it's especially what they're imagining, right? So, there are ways to change this. So please, I really hope that you do.
Yeah.
Send,
And Debbie asked for the
and
email.
so,
Just let me share the email. New now, new as in not old, now as in not later, new now at new agora, new as in not old, agora, agora .ca, which is for Canada, where I was born. So new now at newagora.ca. Send me the emails. I'll hook you up elite. We're offering him or elite, whatever it is, 333, which is still an
all that.
interesting choice. But all three is for change too. So why not three is for change? It's what it is. And so Debbie, there that's for you as well. So anybody like really, I've come to a point, and I've never heard Campbell almost sound angry. When he's in passionate like that. It's very interesting. That's as close to angry as I've ever seen Campbell get in the few years that I've known him. Is that you can do it? There it is. Someone's put my email up there. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. One of our moderators. And thank you to Hippie Shake. It's always beauty and wonderful to see you come and join us and share with us. I'm enjoying having all these friends. Campbell and I are seriously considering doing some more live events this year. We don't have anything specific yet. So keep an eye out and an ear out to this channel and my channel and Campbell's channel. And we can help you as you can help yourself, as you're willing to do the work, because we can't do it for you and nobody can. And it's not because we're cruel, and it's not because we're mean, and it's not because we're selfish or whatever. It's just impossible for anybody to do the work for you. It's like literally impossible.
Yeah. Yes, I do get a bit passionate when people, throw away their power and throw up their hands and say, I've got no choice. I can't do anything. That's I guess what does get me riled up and a bit passionate is because I've seen so many people do it. I've seen people go through the worst stuff and come out and stay good people, right? And then come out the other end better people. I've seen it so often. And I've seen people who have it easy, who don't have that much to deal with, and they complain their ass off constantly.
Yep.
And I'm not into that at all. Okay, people like that aren't part of my reality at all. So, that's the biggest thing I'd implore to you all, guys. You can do it. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Whatever you can dream or imagine, you can do. If you couldn't do it, how could you form the picture in your mind? Everything is created twice. Everything. It's first created here as a thought, as a vision, and then it's created in reality, what we call reality, right? The physical world. So you can change whatever it is you want. All you need is maybe a few new ideas and a few better questions, and that's it. But no one can do it for you. I've had friends and partners and that who literally they're like, they want me to change them, and I used to just say to them, look, I can't actually crawl inside your head and change your mind, and I can't. Right, but I can hopefully give people better questions. I can hopefully inspire people, right? Maybe to think, okay, I can do it. Get them out of that rut, because it's so easy to go out in the world and get told you can do stuff. I mean, that's what everyone's going to tell you, right? You can't do that. And what are these people saying? They're not actually saying to you that you can't do it, because how would they know? What they're saying is they don't believe they could do it, and they're then lumping that onto you. Because misery loves company, right? Come and join me. Let's go into the monotony. Let's sit on our couch. It's nice and easy. There's no challenges. And if you tried, you'd fail anyway, because look at me. I try and I fail. So yeah, let's give it all up and pretend it's all good while we sit here and get fat eating Netflix. And then, cry on our deathbeds that we didn't live our lives. That's easy. That's the world, right? Easy is not the way to get something good. We know this, right? That those things worth having are worth fighting for, are worth working for. It's not worth working to be monotonous, and it doesn't take much work. So your destiny is within you, and you do choose your destiny. But the thing is, you're only going to choose the destiny that is your destiny. People go, I don't choose my destiny. I'm doing this. That is the only reason you can conceptualize that and think of it that that's your destiny is because guess what? It is. So whatever you think your destiny is, you're correct. you're right. Okay. The only place where you may not be completely correct is, can you achieve it or not? And the answer is always yes. It may take 5 minutes. It may take 5 hours. It may take 5 years or longer. But if it's your destiny, you're going to get there, and you'll keep working on it. And this is it. Life is it's a game of continually getting better, seeing further, getting new perspectives, building yourself up, building those around you up, and ultimately getting to somewhere that's better than you are now. I mean, that's really it, right? We can put all the trinkets around it and talk about cars and money and houses and, abs and all this kind of stuff. But that's the illusion. The physical world is the illusion. What's real is you. When you close your eyes, there's no one around you and it's just you. That's reality. And just as a passing comment, right? How many people do that or can do that or feel happy doing that? Like, seriously, go and sit by yourself in the quiet and close your eyes and see how long you can do that for. It will probably be a lot shorter than you think of. See what thoughts come up, because they will be you. You're not getting all this interference, right? So if you really want to know who you are, spend time with yourself, right? And we say this a lot, and people might say, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, that's what it means. Go out by yourself, into a room, into the bush, whatever, go to the beach, sit down and close your eyes and think your own thoughts and see what happens. And then you'll work out what you need to change, what's aiding you and what's ailing you, right? What's pushing you forward, what's holding you back. But it's all you. All we can do is hopefully inspire and give better questions.
It's a good point. I found the closer I get to my destiny, the more I want to be alone, the more I enjoy being by myself, the more I love sitting in nature, the more I like my peaceful time, and I could sit and meditate, because then I'm dreaming, then I'm imagining, and I'm not thinking about all the bad things, which is why I think some people don't want to be alone, is they want to distract themselves from whatever nonsense is going on inside them. But the more you start imagining and you're peaceful and you're allowing, the more that's amazing. You don't want your interference. You don't want anybody else's opinion on what your dreams are. You don't want anyone else's input, let's say, on your imagination. You want to let everything come from, the high or the all of everything, which is in you. And hello as well to that lady that said Summerhill from Ontario. That is where I was born, in Canada, Ontario. So it's nice to see someone from my home province, which is very huge, is Lonnie. Lonnie originally said hello from Ontario, Canada. I forget. Summerhill Lane. That's it. Hello, Campbell and Lorenzo from Ontario, Canada. So hello to you too. It's nice to see that someone from my original birthplace is listening today. I hope you're staying as warm as you can in Ontario in February. And who knows? I might be by there again one day. My parents still live there, so you never know. Maybe we'll bump into each other walking around if it's Toronto that you spend time in. And it's a good way to put it, Campbell. Be alone. Spend some time there. See what's. I'm in Ontario too, Huntsville. Elite 333. Isn't that interesting? I've been talking to a couple of my original countrymen about. Well, that's great. I learned some poor things about money too growing up in Ontario. Just so you know, I was a stockbroker for 10 years in my 20s, and it was a horrible experience, even though I made lots of money. And I've been to the Muskokas many times, Elite 333. So I realized that, it isn't the money. I had lots when I was a teenager, and I just almost killed myself because I was still an idiot. So, there you go.
Exactly right. Like, money, it's not the money, it's what you do with it. I think someone said that before. You can help people. You can, put wells in Africa, in African villages, or you can go and drink yourself to death, right? Yeah. I mean, or you can buy a car and drive around with your nose up in the air, like looking down on everyone going, ha, 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 I'm better than you. It's all what we do with things. Things just are, right? They just are. Like, all there is happenings, just happenings. That's it. It's, sure. What is meditation? Or is that the right one? No, that's the wrong one. You said entry level, this one. Meditation. I mean, what is meditation? I mean, sure. Yeah, that's what meditation is. Meditation, it can be gardening. It can be working. It can be listening to music. It can be dancing. Meditation just means to get yourself and your brain waves in a certain state, right? Getting into theta, all these kind of things. And, again, and I really do hope that you take Lorenzo up on his offer. elite, 33, 3. Because, just that comment, it just stuck out to me like, oh, that's just meditation. I know, Matt. I know what that is. It's just entry-level meditation. No, it's not. It's not. And if you think that way, you're going to discount it, or you're going to say, "Oh, this is I know what I'm doing. It's just entry level." Look, I spent 4 years meditating, and at the end of those 4 years, I was doing 3 hours a day. Right? I started with little meditations on YouTube, right? These little guided ones, and then I got into deeper ones. Then I didn't need anyone to get me in there, and everything has value, and when we talk like that, we discount things. We take the value away from them, which means we can't get the value out of them. So there is no entry level anything. You're either doing something or you're not doing it. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
it.
Like everyone watching right now, if you're sitting down, try and stand up. And I'm being completely serious here. Try and stand up. Okay, you can't. You're either sitting or you're standing. There is no try. Yoda, right? Try. Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Lit 33. Sorry, you're going to do it to see if it works. It's not if our course works. Again, that's backwards. It's if you work, it'll work. Nothing works for you. I mean, I think that's the problem, and that's the challenge with most people. I'll do it to see if it works. No.
I'll just do it until it gets hard.
Yeah, it can't work. It can't do anything. It's just some videos and Q&As. You have to work. And that's the whole thing, is you've got to look in the mirror, you've got to do the work, and you've got to see for yourself where it can move or not. So it can work if you do the work, and it won't work if you don't do the work. I've shared it with people that literally said, "Oh, this is too hard. It's triggering me. I can't do it anymore." And I'm going, "Well, that's the point."
It's starting to work.
That's the point, right? It's a 100% commitment. That's right, Diesel in New Jersey. You actually need, I think, 200% commitment.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do something, do it. Why would you spend your time? And this is exactly destiny or monotony, right? Why would you look at it as monotonous? Oh, well, it's just a course. It might work. I don't know. Maybe someone will jump inside my brain and change it. No. I ain't going to have. It's just like the doctor, right? No doctor has ever fixed a broken bone.
No.
They can set it. They can put it in a cast, but it's your body and your bone that grows back together and heals. The doctor doesn't heal it, right? So this is like, it's a thing. So if you're going to do this, do it. And if you're going to do something, do it believing that you're going to get the most out of it, that you are going to learn from it, that you are going to get the change you're going to do, or else why would you even start? Because that's called wasting your time. If that's the way you're going to do it, you're better off to go and do something else. And I'm completely being serious here. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. If you don't believe in yourself enough that you can change, maybe spend time on that first and then do the course. I don't know. We don't have the answers for you. All we've got, hopefully, is some questions you can ask yourself that will give you answers. But, yeah, I mean, Lorenzo's completely correct. It's like if you go to a job and you're like, oh, I'll just try it for a few days and see how it goes. You really think you're going to have the job by the end of the week? The boss is going to be looking at you like, this guy's an idiot. He's just standing there leaning on a broom, waiting for something to happen. But if you go there and you jump into it and you learn as much as you can and you do the best job you want, by the end of the week, the boss will be like, hey, man, awesome job. We're glad we got you, right? The common denominator is always us. It's us. Like you can't prove anyone else even exists. It's all you. There ain't no one else here. It's just you.
Great. And I'm happy, Alit, that you're good at everything you do. Because but it seems you haven't been good at getting over your monetary challenges yet. So if you try and do that,
except making money.
So even statements like that are interesting, but that's okay. We'll see what happens if we do it. We'll see what comes from there. And that's what I find with people is people won't admit to themselves, generally, myself included. I'm having a challenge. No, I'm not having a challenge. I need help. No one ever needs to help me. I mean, there's always so many people inside arguing with each other. Very interesting to see that. I think you get to put it all into one place and see where it takes you by becoming honest with yourself on a moment-to-moment basis and realizing your next moment may be different from this moment. Things seem to be going all the time in different ways.
Oh yeah, and of course, this, we love you all. We definitely,
Yeah.
we really do want the, wish the best for you. This is, I don't know, a bit of tough love. Maybe this is probably like the most riled up I get when people give away their power. It just triggers me. I don't know, but it's a good kind of triggering. I like it.
That's why I love.
So
Yep.
you go.
That's why I love working
Was
with the
it-
Campbell, and that's why I like sharing with you guys. It's a lot of fun for me because the only one that's getting something out of this generally is me. I have to say, I'm learning about myself. I'm learning what I get to see. I'm learning how people take me. I'm learning about their feedback. I'm learning to see what works and what doesn't work. So we've put ourselves out there, Campbell and I, for years and years and years. And I'm happy to share and be here. And I love you all for participating honestly, and all intelligent feedback is always welcome, as I like to say. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing this bit Campbell's going to play at the end of this because I haven't even seen it myself yet.
Oh, that's right. We're playing the clip. Yes. So thank you, of course, always to the mods, Chris and Hippie are here, and this is another thing. Like Hippie Shake, we've all seen her, right? She's on all these different channels. She obviously loves the content, and that certain channels put out, but she doesn't want to make videos. So she goes and does what she can to help the community. So, whatever it is you want to do, you don't just get in and help whatever way you can, whatever feels good, right? And Hippie does an amazing job. We all know, right? She's always here, man. She's always running. She's checking out when all the lives are coming up, and she makes sure she's there, and she's a big part of what holds this community together. So, whatever it is you want to be a part of, you can be a part of it. You don't have to be, the guy on the screen or the person out front or whatever, because, we can't do this without all the stuff in the background, right? So, I'm just trying to say whatever you feel you can do or you want to do, you can do it in whatever capacity. You might start off at small, and then, you might want to be making videos, but you want to start off small, and I'll get in and blah, blah, blah. And maybe I'll get interviewed first. Who knows, right? But yeah, basically, Destiny or Monotony, it's up to you. There is only you. It's all your choice, and it's all your fault. So there you go. Thanks for joining
There you
us.
go. Thanks for joining us. Love you all very much. New now at newagora.ca. Hook me up. Send me a line. I'll hook you up. Let's chat. If you need some help or some other direction, or if you just want to say hello, I'm happy that you're here and you get to share and we get to share with you.
Yes, and hang around for 4 minutes and we'll just play a short clip if you're interested in our 9 unreleased videos. So, let's hope this works. Oh, yes, look at this. All righty. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll talk to you all on the next upload. Oh, let's play there. But did you know that we have 9 unreleased videos? There's a lot going on in the world, right? A lot of people are feeling stuck. A lot of people have had a lot of change, and they're like, what direction do I go in now? Where do I go? What's going on? How do I move forward to somewhere, that I'd rather be? And so, yeah, we actually made 9 videos on that, and they haven't been released. So if you would like to check them out, you'll find the link below.
Who doesn't want to defy death? Who doesn't want to increase their personal power? Who doesn't want to get better and learn what's been blocking them according to what their own desires and notions and inspirations and imaginations have been since little? 9 videos Campbell and I did. We sweated practically blood, sweat, and tears to put them together for you, well edited. And as a bonus, there's 9 Q&A sheets, a PDF. So you can watch the videos, you can get what you want to get out of that. You can sit back and go, that was beautiful. I'm done. Maybe I'm going to go change my life. Or each video has a series of questions, short Q&As, small essays that you can talk to yourself with. You can answer and suggest and see and question everything about your life as you see fit. So you can go in depth, you can take the surface, you can, discuss it with your family and friends. And overall, and the best of all this is, we've lowered the price. It's $100. That's it. I don't want to say like we're selling something, but Campbell and I literally put a year of our time into this, and we feel it's worth, 100 times the price, but we want to make it available and economical and personable for anybody who wishes to take this course and this journey with us.
We've had lots of people go through it and only good feedback. People have enjoyed it. They got stuff out of it, things that have helped them move forward. So, if you want to check out these videos, like Lorenzo said, you can treat it as a course and go through all the paperwork. You can kind of just watch them and just consider what we say. But they are new ideas, right? I've said it before. We really just want you to ask yourself better questions, right? And so I figure we can maybe give you a few ideas, prompt you, certain ways, ask some good questions, and that will hopefully set you on a journey to somewhere much better. And, with everything, if you're going to put the time and the effort into you, and you're going to allow yourself to let go, shall we say, of certain concepts that we might be holding on to, and if you can put yourself in the place where you question yourself, wow, maybe I'm the problem, maybe I'm doing something wrong, so that means I can change it, which is a place of empowerment, right? Then go and check them out. We've put a lot of work, a lot of thought and effort into these videos, and we would love to get them out and to get people's feedback on what they think and how they went with the videos and the course. And you will find the link below if you want to go check it out.
Yep, testimonials on the page. And just for the next little while, new now, at youagora.ca. That's my email for Lorenzo. I'm happy to answer short, succinct questions and answers. Maybe go through a few of them with you. We can go into more details if you want more personal one-on-one work. I offer that as well. But for now, take the course. If you have any questions, send me an email. I'm happy to go back and forth. Intelligent suggestions, recommendations, and directions are very much welcome right now, because we want to help you to help yourself, because it helps us. The better you are, the better we are. The better our community is, the better we are. So basically, for $10 a video, and I'm offering the ability to talk with me directly or email me directly, because I feel if there's anything you do and you need a bit more direction, or if there's anything you suggest to yourself and you're not sure, if you want a bit more clarity, I've had it offered. I've been very lucky. I've had a whole bunch of people in my life that have helped me to a better place. So I'm happy to play it forward, pay it forward, suggest it forward, and you support us. If you like all the other videos we've done, you like the hundreds of videos we've done, Campbell and I've done well over 100 free videos at this point, you said, gee, I should support these guys. Well, this is one way. We take whatever energy comes, we put it right back into our systems. We get you computers, we travel the world, we're happy to see you, we're happy to do more, and it allows us to allow you to see us do more, because I know a lot of people love what we've done. We've had thousands of great comments over the years, a few crazy ones as well. But if you feel that you like what we're doing and you want more, as Campbell said, 9 unreleased videos, well worth enjoying.
Indeed. So check out the link below and check out the course, check out the videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Freedom, freedom, freedom is calling us. Freedom, 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 yeah. Freedom, freedom, freedom is calling.